Welcome back to the Listen Up podcast, where we analyze a new album each week. I'm Jamie, and this week we've got me, Nick, and Jordan. This week we're going to be taking a look at 21 by Adele. It was released in 2011, and it was picked by me, Jamie, again. I chose this album because, so like I said last week, I wanted to do... we have a severe lack of female artists.
True.
And as men of culture, wanted to prove that we are not, in fact, bigots. But also, it's just nice to mix it up. And I love all of her music. As for why I chose this album over the other two, I don't know. That's how I felt that day. I literally could have chose 19, 21, or 25. They're all great albums.
I've never listened. I haven't listened to many songs off of 19.
Bro, there's
I
a lot
know
of
pretty much all of 25.
Make You Feel
I know
My
Chasing
Love.
Pavements.
Yeah, Chasing Pavements. Make You Feel My Love is one of my favorite songs by her.
Gotcha.
Chasing Pavements, banger. Daydreamer's really good. First Love, that one's really good. If you kind of want to cry a little bit. It's weird to hear her voice contrasted with mainly a xylophone, but it works, and it's very moving. Yeah, no, I like a lot of her stuff. And then this one, I don't know. I feel like this probably, because like 25 and 19, they had some hits, but I think this one had, in my mind, the most, like, there were like 5 or 6 songs on this that you would pretty constantly hear on the radio from like 2011 to 2013.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Sure.
I think this would also be one of the more like approachable albums in a general sense, you know. Got to get them in somehow.
Yeah, when I was listening to it before we recorded, I thought to myself, like, so many of these songs are so popular. Like, which one was the most popular? And then Someone Like You came on.
Right, and you're like, oh, yeah.
It was that one. It was at the end. I just forgot about it for a second. But definitely.
Yeah. But there's definitely a lot of, like, Rumor Has It.
Rolling
Set Fire to the Rain was good.
Yeah, Rolling in the Deep was pretty big, too.
Yeah. Sorry, that one was cut off as I had the song chart up, and it was the only one cut off.
Oh, yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, man, like... So, I assume you were both familiar with, at least in some capacity,
yes.
this album.
Hey, I haven't said that in a while. Of my own album. That aren't my own albums. True. Let's go.
Let's go. I knew this one. Let's go.
I only knew the hits off of it, though. I never listened to any of the other songs, and I was surprised how much I really enjoyed some of the other songs on it.
Dude, I tell everyone, I'm like, listen to Adele.
I mean, it's not
that's
because
what I tell them.
Like
that's yeah.
you meet someone, shake their hand, make sure you listen to Adele.
I said it like I was going to say more, but that's just what I tell people.
But
yeah, I think we're all pretty familiar with Adele.
Yeah, I was gonna make a comment, but it's gone.
Her voice is so good. Like, it's so... There's so much... I don't know, because it's not even necessarily, like, female vocalists, but, like, there is... Typically, when people are singing and higher, like, up there, you kind of lack a lot of the, like, bassiness to it. But I've always felt that either it's just the fact that she works with the best... people who mic voices ever, or she just has a lot more of the entire range of like bass, treble, and mid harmonic interaction.
Yeah, it is crazy how
I love the warmth, but still like volume and pitch increase, but it still maintains that bassy warmth the entire, like, over her entire range, which is incredible to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's insane how full her voice still sounds even when she gets up to those super high notes.
Yeah, because a lot of times you get like, it starts to like just naturally thin out because the way that you get up there is by creating like tension and stuff in your, throatal area and your palate. But she still has that really open sound the entire way up, and it's crazy. Never gets old.
Fun fact: I've got to start tying in Radiohead to every podcast somehow.
Okay,
but she's signed to the record label that they were signed to when they got really big, XL Recordings. Which
really?
Is,
yeah.
Which is just
I forget that she's
a big
like
record
one
label.
of the like absolute titans who's still on that like very small indie British record label.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
British. She said,
because they started the XL Records founder. He did an episode where he just talked with Rick Rubin. Can't remember his name. Maybe
I didn't know that.
What does XL Records sound like?
Yeah, so he did a talk with him, and
XL Records.
I'm pretty sure that's where I like heard about it. I'm pretty sure it was him talking with him, and yeah, like most of it started as like I'm pretty sure it was like in the back of his record shop. He just like some people, like some neighborhood musicians, they were like, "Hey, I want to record something." He was like, "Okay, let's just make whatever." And then for the most part, they have a lot of like indie people on it. But then there's like, I can't remember who it is. It's Adele, and then I guess Radiohead has gotten bigger. But there are a few who are just like incredibly successful that are still on the label. And I feel like they're basically the ones who fund the label enough that the label can operate with all the indie artists too.
Yeah. That's how a lot of
about that until you just said that.
That's how a lot of independent record labels are. Even with like the even more indie ones that don't have huge artists, they just have like reputable indie artists, and then a bunch of smaller, even lesser known indie artists. Like it seems like that's how it always goes.
It's XL Recordings.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's Richard Russell. That's the guy's name.
Okay.
Yeah. MIA, Adele. It says
MIA
that Radiohead's on here, but I don't know that. This is just like notable people. They might not be like still on there. Tyler, the Creator, King Cruel, Vampire Weekend. That was the other one I was thinking of. Vampire Weekend. Yeah, man, they're pretty. Yeah, the White Stripes. They were at one point. I'm not sure if they still are. Alicia Keys. No, because Jack White has his own label, right? Third Man Records or whatever.
That sounds right.
Dude, honestly, a lot of you guys you're mentioning, I don't really know. I feel like I'm very out of the loop on people.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of music you listen to. But they're pretty big.
Sure.
Yeah, so did you guys have a real... Nick, I know that you said that there were a lot more of the deeper cuts on this album that you liked. Did the record radically change for either of you once you like checked out the entire thing, not just the hits, or did it kind of stay in the same mental space?
It definitely was still good. I mean, Adele just has a voice where you can like listen to it, and it just always be good. So a lot of her songs still I just really enjoyed because it's just her voice. That's I think why I like Pop Smoke a lot too. Just it's like their voice. That's honestly why I like some of the rappers I do is literally just because of their voice. They could be singing about anything, and it's just fun to listen to.
Like Randall Park, Underground King, just blowing up on TikTok.
What's his song?
He's the Always Be Your Maybe or Always Be My Maybe guy. The guy we were just talking about before we started recording.
Oh yeah, sorry. Whoops.
Now that you're under the podcast pressure, you're so.
I know.
This guy.
I was like, who? What's his name? What's her name? But no. Yeah. So for me, it definitely. I mean, it opened. a little bit more Jamie, but as far as like, I honestly just still prefer her hits, which are kind of like, I guess what hits are supposed to be is just
right. Normally they're hits
the
for
best
a reason,
songs,
right?
Yeah. So I mean, it's not like I think Adele's worse now that I've heard her other songs. I just really like.
You just saying it kind of like
kinda,
stayed the same.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah, I definitely.
There definitely been albums that I've had that with.
I definitely enjoy her music as a whole more now, which I guess I hadn't thought of it past the hits much, which is strange considering I do know most of the songs on 25. I couldn't name them, but I heard them so much in my mom's car that I like the words are kind of just like in that back room compartment in your brain.
Yeah, you said she had your mom had the CD, right?
Yeah. The year it came out, I think it was around her birthday, and she said, I'd kind of like to see Adele in concert, and I was like, that would be good, but do you know like when her tour was announced? And she was like, no, I'm not sure. And I was like, I'm sure the tickets are just crazy expensive, and we looked
They
them
are.
up.
I'm pretty sure that like even GA stuff is like crazy.
Yeah, the only tickets that were available on like the verified verified ticket seller website, were like super, were like super VIP tickets that were like $1,200 or something.
Right, because that was like, especially if it was like 2015 when that album came out.
Yeah,
like everyone's trying to go see Adele. Hello is the song of the Christmas season. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's in ads. It's on every radio. It's in every mall you walk through. Every teenage daughter or the musically intellectual son, everyone's trying to see Adele. Moms, grandmas, musically intellectual dads.
Yeah, her voice is really good.
Yeah, it's universally people go, yo, shit.
I saw,
which is why oh, sorry, what?
There was a tweet where someone said, like, what's the most magical moment you've experienced in live music, I think. And Jason Isbell quoted the tweet and said, maybe not magical, but close. Him and his wife were seated right next to the speakers that Adele's voice was being broadcast out of at the Grammys whenever she sang All I Ask, which is off of 25. And he said that was probably the closest to magical any like live music has been for him.
Well, no, because he said they sat like where the speakers are. They were between that and the stage, so he didn't have the speakers. So they heard her like natural, like unprojected singing voice, and he said that was like incredible.
Oh,
because you're not hearing anything lost in all the filters and the stuff to make it sound better. Yeah, so he said that like the raw voice was, because I saw that tweet and I was like, what a coincidence.
Be in a sounds like you guys follow each other.
Well, because that was like a few days ago. I bet he listened to the podcast and it was in his mind. He listened to the announcement at the end of last week's episode.
You're on the same wavelength as Jason. You both like Better Call Saul too much. Not too much. It's a very good show.
Since you plugged Radiohead, I will say Greta Van Fleet has a Spotify, like a Spotify session. How they'll do bands do like two songs, one's a cover, one's original. They did a cover of Rolling in the Deep, and it's really good. I would recommend checking that out.
Debatable.
Rolling in the Deep.
It's really good.
I'm not like a off the bat Greta Van Fleet hater, but I think I have heard that, and it just didn't sit right with me for some reason. The first time I heard it, I was like, "Nah, I don't want to hear him scream this." But I do like some of their other songs.
It's weird because like his voice is the antithesis of everything I like about Adele's, but
interesting.
It still works. I don't know, in my brain.
Still is.
Well, I guess with that, if you guys want, we can dig right into this meaty cut of an album. This meaty,
nice.
USDA
16
Prime.
ounce
Big.
USDA Prime cut
Tomahawk.
of a record.
Yes.
I don't know why I went with the weird. Okay. Rolling in the Deep. Though it is played quite a lot, I think we're far enough removed to where I don't have to say that, like, even though it's overplayed, because we're just mentally, we're going to move past that. But Rolling in the Deep, what an opener.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out, and I'll lay your ship bare. See, I'll leave with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I will do. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch, and it's
I love the energy it starts with, because it's very different than the energy it ends with.
Yes.
True.
But but there's that little, like, the bridge section I always really like in this song.
to find what you look for. Turn my sorrow into treasure gold. You pay me back in kind and reap just what you sow. We could have had it all. We could have had it all. It all. We could have had it
And just like how it starts with such a, like, okay, like a head bobbing rhythm to it, where there's just that, like, bass drum the whole way through it. Incredible. Incredible.
Yeah. So
I like how it starts as. Oh wait, sorry. Go.
I was gonna say, so many of the songs on the album, I really love the drum rhythm and just the heavy drum sound that a lot of them had.
Yeah.
You gonna keep that in, Jamie?
You didn't have to bring it up. I was definitely going to use that.
But no, I was gonna say the same thing. Like, well, not the exact same thing, but I like how it starts off really like slow and then just keeps building until it goes, "We could have had it all," and that kind of is like the peak of it, and it kind of sets the tone for like the rest of the song as well. It's just so good.
Oh, whoa, whoa, right on. That whole section,
That was beautiful.
love it. That is one for one. That's exactly. I'll cut it in. They'll know. That's exactly the same.
all of these words whispered in my ear tell a story that I cannot bear to hear. Just 'cause I said it, it don't mean that I meant it. People say crazy things. Just 'cause I said it, don't mean that I meant it. Just 'cause you heard it.
One for one.
Yeah, 1-1.
Yeah. No for none.
Yeah, enunciation, everything.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and then you have a incredible opener in Rolling in the Deep, right? You move into Rumor Has It, which is also great.
Wait, sorry, real quick. Rolling in the Deep's explicit. What word does it say in there? Does she? I can't.
Does that still make things explicit?
Yes, you're not allowed to cuss at all.
Well, yeah,
This was a
like
2011
Mumford and Son
album.
says "fuck" and Little Lion Man, and that album's not explicit.
No. They don't. You don't have to title the whole album explicit.
No,
It's
that
just
song's not titled explicit though.
Oh,
and they
it's
say
not?
"fuck" in it.
Oh,
And I don't think that they necessarily say it any less clear than Adele does.
Maybe the UK got different rules, you know?
Weird. It's also a funny thing about that is like, you know, since you're in America on the American Voice, you can't say things like that, but you can say all the way up to fuck in English songs in other countries on TV. One, because they're a lot less up their ass about stuff, but two, they're considered like foreign language. So even though in my mind, when I watch my Voice top 10s, as I do, around the world, every time I hear it, I'm like, we can't say that on TV in America. Or unless you're in like the like nighttime water hours or whatever they're called are, but
nighttime water hours.
Yeah,
it's
the
called
Adult
something
Swim
like that.
hours.
Yeah.
No, but Jamie, what were you saying about Rumor Has It? You say you didn't like that one or did like that?
No, I really like that one. I was just saying,
Okay,
like,
okay, I was about to say.
yeah, it starts off with, honestly, the first 3 albums are like the really big, like some really big hits on it. But yeah, it starts out and then it still has that same like driving kind of rhythm with like the ooh, woo, and then like the clapping in the background.
She ain't real. She ain't gonna be able to love you like I will.
It's
Yeah, the
really
clapping's
good.
good.
It's like, oh
Really-
shit.
Makes it really catchy.
Yeah.
And I like the change up that they do in the bridge towards the end when a lot of the rhythm
Yes.
cuts
Oh,
out,
it's
and
so
it's just
good.
like
Oh,
the
yeah.
crazy piano flourishes.
All of these words whispered in my ear tell a story that I cannot bear to hear. Just 'cause I said it, it don't mean that I meant it. People say crazy things. Just 'cause I said it, don't mean that I meant it. Just 'cause you heard it.
Dude, it's so good. I also I love where so there's like the verses and then it ends with like rumor has it she's the one you're leaving me for, I'm the one you're leaving her for. He's the one I'm leaving you for. I think that's the 3 of them. But I love what she does with her voice where there's like it winds up and then right there where she just like goes so low where she's like rumor has it you're the one I'm leaving you for. And it
Yeah,
gets
that's
and then the
I was-
rumor has it comes right back in with that like instant jump back up in like pitch. It's so good every time I hear it.
Hard milk, but you're cold to the core. Now rumor has it she ain't got your love anymore. Rumor has it. Rumor has it.
I was gonna mention that part too. She just does like a good job just differentiating that, and it's just
Very dynamic.
so
Yes.
good.
That's what that was the word I was trying to look for. Yeah, she's really good with dynamics. Like incredibly.
Dynamic.
I don't think I have anything else to say about that song. I don't know where that was. I'm trying to pull up the track list to make sure I wrote everything down, but dude, my computer's not handling this well.
Turntable's a little slow. It was pretty much just like a piano medley
Yeah,
the whole time.
it definitely is where it starts to get into that
Starts to slow down the energy.
that
sound.
like area. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I still
Yeah,
like
it
it though.
turns a little. It starts turning a little, sad a little bit.
This is where the
oh, yeah.
sadness really starts to set in.
Yeah,
Don't you remember? It's still a little bit sad, also, but it picks up a little bit towards the end. I kind of like the second half of the song better than the beginning half.
Yeah, I think that "Don't You Remember" is probably the low point on this album for me. Like, I still like it, but there's just like the one where she like goes like crazy high.
Bring you back to me. Why don't you remember?
then she says, "Don't you remember again?" But other than that, like I didn't really have any other noteworthy stuff about that song for me. You know?
Yeah, I still like it kind of more than Turning Tables though.
Really?
It gave like
I could see that. Yeah.
Like, okay, the piano in Turning Tables is really good, but
yeah,
damn. Okay, her voice sounds so good in both of them though. Like I hate even saying that. Like I don't. Me saying I don't like it is like very passive. Like it's not like a hard line because her voice still sounds so good in it though. But I think I just like the fluctuation of the of Don't You Remember more than Turning Tables.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I could see that because Don't You Remember definitely like Turning Tables has a lot less of the like higher energy that, like you were saying, the second half of Don't You Remember brings to the table. I really like it though. I like the there's a section where she says like it's time to say goodbye or something like that, and the music all like cuts out.
You would have just deserted me. I can't give you what you think you gave me. It's time to say goodbye. The turning tables. The turning tables.
Like it drops out, and like I've said countless times before, I love any time that tool is used in music. So
yeah,
I like that. I also like the song a lot. I don't know. There's just always something about her voice in that song that I've kind of been drawn to, like the way that she sings throughout it.
You talking about Turning Tables?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, there's a line I really like in it. It's in the chorus where she says, "I can't give you the heart you think you gave me." Like,
yeah,
it's like that person still thinks they're putting in a lot and like putting in their all, but she like she recognizes that it's, I don't know, like their impression of the effort they're putting in isn't really what's happening, I guess.
Right. And I guess that's
she's taking herself out of the situation.
Yeah, and I mean, because that's the whole thing is like, the whole message of the song is like, I can't keep up with your turning tables, like you know the like someone constantly flipping situations around, turning tables, shit like that, and so she's just saying like, I'm stepping out of whatever you think is going on. It's not. Deuces. So yeah, I think it's definitely summed up very well. Which I don't know if she writes all of her songs, because some people, they sing really well, but they're not necessarily the people who write their songs.
I looked at a lot of the credits, and it seems like she at least, I think she co-wrote every song on the album if she didn't write it herself.
Really?
Yeah, like Turning Tables and Rumor Has It, they were both co-written by Ryan Tedder, the singer for One Republic. And
okay, yeah, I'm looking at the writer list right now.
Yeah. And when I saw his name, that's what made me want to check the writing credits for a lot of the other songs, because I was like, oh, did he like write any of these other songs? And I think it was just those two.
You know what's crazy? I'm a pretty big One Republic fan, I would consider.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. But I did not know any of their names.
What, One Republic?
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Tedder, yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think I knew any of their names either.
Adele's name is Adele Laurie Blue Adkins.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah. Yeah, she's on everything except for Love Song, it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
And
good. As long as she was on all the bangers.
She was on all the bangers.
Even though Love Song has a pretty high play rating, though.
Yeah.
Only 100 million. Wow. That song kind of flopped.
That's crazy.
That song kind of flopped.
That's definitely in my head like a deeper cut off this album, and shit's still at 100 million plays.
I know.
Absolute titan.
What can she do?
It set fire to the rain. great, right?
Dude, it's so good. That might be my favorite song.
It's
Really?
a great one. I think it's situationally. I think depending on the mood, it would definitely reach in the top 3 territory. There's like 1 and 2 on this album. I'll let you guys guess later on which ones you think they are. That's pretty solid for me on this album. And then that like
that
the
one's
third position, there's like 5 of the remaining 9 songs that, depending on the mood, vie for that like third spot in my head. And Set Fire to the Rain is definitely the way it's.
I already know number one. I already know number 1 is for Jamie is Rolling in the Deep because he keeps getting a boner every time I talk about it.
No, that's one of the third place ones.
Nope, I'm kidding.
Holy cat!
Just extract that info out of you, but no. I think I like the intensity of Set Fire in the Rain because Rolling in the Deep does have like intensity, but I think she just goes higher on. She goes higher on Set Fire to the Rain
when she hits that that mega high note in the song. That incredible.
Oh, it's just so good.
All about it. She just flexing her range the entire damn album.
So that might be my favorite album. Or sorry, not album song.
This is your favorite album.
Might be my.
This is.
I was like,
I
what?
can see it. If I were to like blindly predict, if I had thought about that, yeah, I'd probably put you down for that. I would definitely put it between that or Rolling in the Deep for you, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Set Fire to the Rain has a lot of range because again, it does start off a little slow with just a piano, and then it like just climaxes into something
like a boom,
a lot better.
That rain is spontaneously combusting. That rain busting.
And I think I remember hearing or seeing the music video for it too. It's like her like dancing in like a puddle, right?
Yeah, something like that.
She's like kicking it up.
In my
or something?
head, there's a lot. There are a few different music videos. Which one is the one where she like hits her hands together? There's like the flour or chalk powder or something.
Yeah, and she's like sweeping.
Is that turning
sweeping
tables?
it too? I don't know. I don't think so.
There's a few. I have different scenes, but I don't think they're all from the same music video.
Yeah, maybe I'm
all,
getting
like, black and white,
too.
so it's hard to in my mind to differentiate which one. I think that one's turning.
I just know there's one
because they're like
maybe
sweeping in circles or something.
I
don't remember. I should have.
Bro, they're not
probably
sweeping circles. They're turning tables.
Yeah, bro.
Shut the hell up. No, that's true. Nick, did you know that Rick Rubin produced like a few songs?
I did see that. I think I noted down which ones he produced. I know he produced He Won't Go and One and Only.
Don't You
and
Remember?
He produced Love Song too.
And Don't You Remember? And then the iTunes bonus track, I Found a Boy, which is okay. I don't know. I don't know if you guys have.
Sorry, I didn't listen to that.
Yeah,
one.
it's
iTunes bonus.
You're not really missing much. But that was also Rick Rubin.
Yeah, on Genius it lists 3 extra songs at the end. I guess that's probably one of them. But the last song that it lists, the last song, "Hiding My Heart," that's on like a cover album for Brandy Carlisle, and I know that song. That's a really good song.
Yeah, so it looks like I Found a Boy, and then I didn't know these other 2, but these are UK, Taiwan, Poland, and Bulgaria limited edition bonus tracks are If It Hadn't Been for Love and Hiding My Heart.
Gotcha.
What?
And it looks like If It Hadn't Been for Love,
Bulgarian
it was written by Chris Stapleton and Mike Henderson, so I'm not sure if it was like if it's actually a Chris Stapleton tune or not.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Interesting.
Whoa, what? On the deluxe edition bonus disc, there's Need You Now featuring Darius Rucker. Yo, I might have to look at that up.
What?
Adele and Darius Rucker
what?
doing Lady A's
That probably banged.
hit.
Darius
Dude, I'm
Rucker.
looking that shit up. It was live
Yeah.
at CMT Artists of the Year Awards. What?
What? Country,
All right,
country music.
mental note for
if
that
it-
one. I'm gonna check that.
If
shit
it
out.
hadn't been for love, that's an old
Mhm.
song by the Steel Drivers, which was a bluegrass band that Chris Stapleton was a part of before he went off by himself.
Okay.
Alright.
Dang, I should have looked at this Wikipedia earlier. I would have listened to some of these.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess back to this album. How did you guys feel about He Won't Go?
I really liked it.
Mhm.
The just the drum rhythm in the background.
I'm willing to take the risk. So petrified, I'm so scared to step into this ride. What if I lose my heart and fail the climb? I won't forgive me if I give up trying. I heard his voice today. I didn't know a single word he said. Now I'm resemblance to the man I met. Just a vague and broken boy instead. But I won't go. I can't do it on my own.
And
Yeah.
the kind of change of perspective. Like she says, so I won't go, and then she says, so he won't go. And I read a little bit about...
and those...
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, and those parts, those are like my favorite in the song is where it's I guess it's like the chorus lines, right? But it's just
Yeah,
like
I'd say so.
either I or he won't go. Can't do it on my own. So good from a rhythm, vocally, all of it. I love those. Every time I listen to that song, I look forward to those sections. Which is the point.
That's
of the
Rick
chorus,
Rubin's
but-
Midas touch. Just here we go.
Right.
Here we go.
But it's funny that he also produced "Don't You Remember" because that's like I said that. Yeah, normally
Yeah.
I'm a big Reuben guy, not the sandwich. Get sauerkraut. No point.
wait,
in
real
it.
The
quick,
sandwich is
but
fine. It's overrated,
who's-
but it's fine.
Vic loves it.
Wait, no, I think a Reuben's pretty good.
I don't like. I
think
don't like
it's overrated.
sauerkraut. I am yet
Kraut
to
is
find
just-
a form of cabbage that I enjoy. Sauerkraut, kimchi, any of it, boiled.
What if it's a Reuben without sauerkraut?
Then it's just a corned
Yeah.
beef sandwich, which I love, but that's not a Reuben.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I thought you meant you just didn't like the whole sandwich.
I can go
Not
Reuben
just-
with like a little layer of sauerkraut, just a little bit, and then like
Yeah, I'm-
just the
so, like,
accent of
if it's
flavor
like
is
a-
good.
If it's at least a 2-to-1 ratio, ideally 3 or 4-to-1 ratio of corned beef to sauerkraut, I can ignore the sauerkraut. But like,
you sound so nerdy right now, Jake.
there's dude,
No,
I
bro.
don't fuck around with sandwiches.
Sandwich ratio, it's a science.
You're like the 4-to-1 ratio.
Sandwich ratio, I make when I make sandwiches, 4 slices of ham, depending on the thickness, 1 or 2 slices of Munster cheese, oil,
Oh,
vinegar,
Munster's really
salt,
good.
pepper,
Munster's really good.
some sub spice if you've got it. I use Pinsies. That's currently what I'm rocking in my cabinet right now. Delicious. If you can get
Sure, I
some
love how all-
lettuce, preferably shredded. I shred my own. I make my own shredders.
Shredded.
Shred your own lettuce?
I love how he talked about it just because of his name was.
Well, yeah,
Rick-
you just
Rick
take
Rubin.
a leaf of lettuce and with a knife. It's
It's impressive. I eat salads probably like half of the week for lunch, and just
Yeah,
this
keep
week
the salad.
I started buying romaine lettuce instead of iceberg lettuce. I used to put iceberg in with spinach because I was like, I know iceberg is just like watered basically. It
right. It's
doesn't have a
crunchy
lot
water,
of
which is
nutritional
why
value.
it's the only lettuce I like.
Yeah, and then I got the romaine, and I was like, man, like this has more nutritional value, and the texture is even better. It's just like 50 cents more.
You think the texture is
feel
better
crazy.
on romaine?
Well, the like it's not quite as crisp. What did I just say? It's not quite as crisp towards the end of the leaf, but it's still like it's still crisp enough to where it's not like limp and floppy. Like there's still crunch, and as long as there's crunch, I enjoy lettuce. Enough about lettuce. This isn't the lettuce podcast.
Yeah.
Welcome to Lettuce Talk. Thought you were gonna get Adele? No, fuck you, lettuce.
Lettuce.
Lettuce and sandwich ratios.
Dude, I take it seriously, all right?
Last thing about sandwiches. Any sandwich that you cut in half diagonally automatically ups the flavor profile.
It is better.
Oh, true,
Even subs,
dude. True.
even if you're cutting a sub in half, cutting it diagonally instead of straight for some reason.
True, I'll say that.
Okay.
It's weird.
I'll say that.
But
Nick said,
you
"Nah, I
are
don't agree with
100%.
that."
No. I get it when you like. You're talking about diagonal cutting a sub like in the middle. When you said it at first, I was envisioning
thought I meant like
corner to corner of the oval, and I was like, "Bro, what?" But now we're on the same page, and I completely agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Oh
weird.
my
It's
gosh,
that
that's
angle,
really
bro.
funny.
It's all about them angles.
True.
I've got a 90-degree dangle.
But yeah, I do like He
No,
Won't
wait.
Go. And that was a song
Yeah.
I used to not like as much.
Yep.
But within like the last year or two, I came around to it and I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah, it goes in and out a lot more than I think that all the other songs have like a good flow to them, but this one's beats kind of like just goes in and out because of the instruments.
Right.
in it.
Which, for me, it's a thing I like.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
No, I like it a lot.
What about Take It All? Jordan, I bet you loved it.
Yeah. Wait. Why? Do you
It's
think
just
I love it?
it's like one of the most like bare bones stripped back songs on here.
Yeah, I was about to say I like when she gets like. Wait, sorry. What? Nick?
I thought it was comparable to Turning Tables. I liked it a little more, but
I liked it a lot.
I think her voice is really raw, and she even goes out of her. I feel like she stretches her vocal range on this song.
Okay.
A little bit. Like I hear whenever she gets to like the peak of her voice, it starts to. I don't know how to explain that. It's like that thing where it's like,
Yeah.
when you get like really high up. What is that called?
I don't know exactly how to put it in words, but I do know what you are talking about.
I will change if I must. Slow it down and bring it home. I will adjust. Oh, if only you knew that everything I do is for you.
It's like when they get really, really high and they just kind of start, not like screaming, but
Yeah,
I think
it's like there's that.
I kind of know what you mean.
little bit of
there's a
oomph.
part in there's a part in the first verse where she says, "Still, how can you walk away from all my tears?" But she says like, "From all my tears," and like she like kind of thins out the upper range of her voice, and like winds it almost a little bit. That I really like that part of the song. That and in every chorus, when she says, "But go on and take it," and then the choir comes in the back with the "Take it."
It's gonna be an empty road without me right here. But go on and take it all with you. Don't look back.
I love that every time.
yeah. The song was a little more sad too compared to some of them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It was
I
it was
think
one
that,
of the sad standouts for me. I think.
Yeah, I was gonna look up the lyrics and I just didn't, but I remember hearing them in the car and I can't remember which ones they were. But I just remember being like, "Damn, dude, this shit kind of sad." But
Well, yeah, we're in the sad part of the album, the real sad part.
yeah,
I wouldn't say that any of the songs are really cheery.
no. Well, I mean, "Rolling the Deep" is okay.
Yeah.
You know? Like I feel like some of them aren't like sad.
That's true.
You know.
I guess the other ones, even no matter what the lyrics
I
are,
guess
they're upbeat.
Yeah, I guess it's interpretation too. So
Yeah. So what'd you think of "I'll Be Waiting"? How'd you feel about that one?
I really like that one a lot.
I like the chorus.
Like
of
a
that
lot,
verse.
a lot.
I'll be waiting for you.
It's so upbeat.
I always like those sections.
I see my future in you. I'll be waiting for
it sounds like this is the one with like that had the most instruments too, kind of, or the song that had the most just going on.
Yeah.
As far as like the music goes, it kind of seems like she's like she could just be up on stage with a band and like every instrument is present here and like contributing.
Yeah.
It's like, hey Adele, come up real quick and rock out. I'll be waiting for you. Why don't we? It's like, you know, just
Hey,
going up.
hands up for you.
Yeah, that one.
It just seems like a very groovy song.
Yeah, that one and One and Only, I think, probably have some of the fullest, maybe not fullest arrangements, because like Rolling in the Deep sounds pretty full instrumentally, but definitely sounds like it has kind of a live band feel, almost like you were saying. You can envision it as like an ensemble, like just grooving up on stage and stuff. And One and Only was one of my favorites. Definitely one of my favorites that I didn't know of beforehand. Absolutely. And probably one of my favorites on the album too.
I fucking love that song. Yeah. It's so good. Oh my god. That one is...
As soon as it like dropped into the like blues groove, like the rhythm kind of like of a Leon Bridges song or like a St. Paul and the Broken Bones song.
Forgive your past and simply be mine. I dare you to let me be your one and only. Promise I'm worthy to hold in your arms. So come on and give
Dude,
Like as soon as it went into that in my car, I was like, "Oh man! Like I love this."
Literally, like there, like depending on the mood, time of day, you know, whatever external variables there are, I will get chills when she says, "So I dare you to let me be," and then the music just has that hard stop. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, it's so good! I love this song.
Maybe this is the one because I always listen to him a little bit. Maybe this is the one that she goes really high for, you know? Like at the end, doesn't she go like pretty high up?
Maybe.
No, it's okay. I'm just getting really confused for some reason.
I can do this very quickly, but yeah, I love this song. I cannot quite convey through just my voice how much I love this song. It just it uses so many musical elements that just are right up my alley. And then her voice is thrown in there. And it just, you can just feel so much what she's feeling and meaning when she says those lines. Like, I dare you to let me be your one and only. Because like the whole song, you know, she starts off talking about like, I don't know why I'm scared. I've been here before. And it kind of has that like, gospel-y, like you were saying, like the bluesy St. Paul, Leon Bridges rhythm feel, and even like the lyricism. And
little Teskey Brothers ish that we were talking about.
Yeah, you were talking to me earlier about you were discovering the Teskey Bros. And yeah, man, I love that song so much.
Is this your favorite song, Jamie? Is this one number one?
Yeah, for me on this album for sure.
Oh, I would have never guessed that. I thought it was a regular, you know.
You thought it was one of the hits?
A mainstream one.
No, it before I really listened to this album, it was Someone Like You, just because that might be the best sad song ever written. That's a bold claim, but like I love that song.
I mean, honestly.
And there are some bangers on 25 too, but it's Someone Like You, the piano, how somber she is the whole time, her vocal rise whenever she's talking about like someone like you, all of that. Love it. But then probably 2 or 3 years ago, I listened to this album. I think there was just a day where I was like, I'm just going to listen to all 3 of Adele's albums. I don't know why I haven't. And yeah, this one, and I was like, oh. Took from that
Deep
day
cut.
forward, number one song on this album. It might be my favorite song by her. I don't know. It's up there.
But would it one and only be your favorite song?
That's what I'm talking
I think
about.
that's what he's talking about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. I thought you were still on Someone Like You. That's my bad.
No, yeah. It probably
Interesting. Okay.
could be up there with, I mean, obviously, Someone Like You. Hello, I love that song. Million Years Ago. All I Ask is really good off 25.
I really love
but
that one.
the last 2 minutes of it, I could do without because it's just the same song repeated.
Mhm.
Which I get it. You know, you're doing it for more emotional emphasis, but I don't know. But then also like Chasing Pavements is great. First Love. The ones I talked
I feel
about.
like I don't know any of these songs by Adele. I feel like I only know this album.
They're good,
I feel like
dog.
Maybe
They're
like
good.
one other song. I know. I never.
Yeah.
I never.
But it is. I
thought
think
I
that
could listen.
One and Only might be my overall favorite by her. It's just Chef's Kiss.
The chef's kiss.
Yeah, and then what's the song? Is it Love Song? Is the one?
Love Song's right after that. Between it and
Yeah,
Someone
that
Like
one I've never
Yeah.
really. It's never really. I don't love it or hate it.
You. Mhm.
It's somewhere along the lines of Don't
Yeah.
You Remember. In my mind, it's just kind of like a neutral point.
I liked it.
Yeah,
pretty good. I like it more than the original version. I think the Cure version.
Oh, I don't know anything about
I didn't
Cure.
know. I didn't know that was a original version.
I don't know where I've heard
Cure
it.
version. Wait, so this is a re.
Yeah, it's a cover.
Oh, cover.
Yeah, when I heard
it
it,
cover?
yeah, when I heard it for the first time, I was like, "Who did this original song?" Because I know these words from somewhere. And then I looked it up, and listening to the original one, I know I've heard it somewhere. It's like I think it's a song from the '80s, maybe. But
Was the
The
Cure?
Cure-
I know
the Cure did,
they were either 80s or 90s, right?
yeah, they did. It's Friday, I'm in Love. If you know that song.
Oh, by Rebecca Black.
Different Friday.
No, actually.
Oh,
Um,
not it's Friday. No, just kidding. No, that's I think that's one of the coolest things ever to experience. It doesn't happen often, but whenever you can accidentally find music that relates somehow to music you've already listened to,
Mhm.
like there was a song my friend played this weekend, and I had listened to a Childish Gambino song that sampled it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I didn't know you know this song. And then it was like the original sampled version. And I was like, or like the original version. And I was like, oh, I was like rapping where the parts were supposed to be. And like the beat was almost identical this time to it. And so I was like, rapping. I was like, yo, this sounds pretty good. And then I was like, oh, this is the actual song, not. It's just like funny when you can just hear stuff. You're like, where do I know this from? You know,
What
where
what
does
song
this
is
come
it?
from? It's called Bitch Look At Me Now. I've only been able to find it on SoundCloud. So it's probably unreleased.
Gotcha.
It samples let me see if you guys know the sample. Hold on. Samples 2 Weeks by Grizzly Bear.
No, I don't really know any Grizzly Bear.
One of
music.
one of the lines in it is I'm rapping over Grizzly Bear, like what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, now I get
because
it.
it's like that's a reference to like the beat that he's actually like sampling.
Yeah, and I'm like, maybe I could have put two and two together, but I was just like, oh, you know, maybe he's talking about just like in general, he like likes their music or something. But no, it was like I'll link
the
you the
old
song
fourth
after,
wall.
if I remember.
I gotcha.
Yeah, I was like,
I do.
it's just
I forgot about it, but I do like the I don't know, like Spanishy sounding guitar of Love Song at the start.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm alone with you, you make me feel like I am home again. whenever I'm alone with you.
Like I like the backing music of it, but other than that, I don't know. I don't, like I said, I don't love it. I don't hate it. It's just like a.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd probably say that.
It doesn't help that it's sandwiched between like the two highlights for me. That like that's such a hard position for literally any album for a song to be in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
literally the dividing line between excellence. That's how I live my life.
Sad. But then we got to talk about.
Do we want to talk about Someone Like You, or should we just ignore it?
No, we everyone knows this song. We don't need to talk about it. It's probably tied up there with One and Only for me. I think.
God, it's so good.
They're both my favorites.
It's
for
so
sure.
good.
Favorites.
Like just like starting off with the piano.
I heard that you're settled down, that you found a girl in your...
And then her when she sings, she matches that and complements it. It's not like she's not following that note sequence the whole time with her voice.
Yeah.
But when she goes and takes a different melodic approach, it's complemented so well in both, in like the rhythm, the tone of the piano, the feeling of it. It's such a good arrangement between the vocal melody and the piano. It's like you're listening to a little dance between voice and piano the whole time.
And again, it's kind of one of those songs that starts off slower and then it builds over time, and then she just like really hits that climax.
Yeah, just she hits those high notes.
Yes.
Never mind, I'll find someone like you. I wish nothing but the best for you. Don't forget me, I beg. I remember you said sometimes it lasts in love, but sometimes it hurts instead.
Oh.
Your mic actually cut out there a little bit because
I was so good. It didn't want to.
Crazy. That high pass filter was work.
Wait, it would be a low pass filter.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm bad at my own major, so.
But people talk about pop music being formulaic and like so many producers and writers working on the same song just to like piece it together.
Yeah.
Like this song, it has the secret formula, I'm convinced, of like I don't know much about music theory, but something about this song, every puzzle piece fits together for it to be
whatever
just
it is.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And that's how I feel about One and Only too. It's just like whatever pieces are coming together, the puzzle is immaculate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like these two songs are 10s. I'm very comfortable saying that.
Yeah, I really like that song. Is this your second favorite then, I guess?
Yeah.
I really like this one. I think I still like Set Fire to the Rain a little bit.
And that makes sense because that's more into the high energiness that you really...
Yeah. But Someone Like You is such a good song, though. I don't really get sad listening to it, though.
Really?
You know?
I don't know.
Maybe music intensifies when you're like already feeling that emotion.
Nick, you missed it. This motherfucker almost fell out of his chair.
God.
You definitely caught yourself.
You
definitely caught yourself by hitting your leg on your desk because your whole...
I know.
That was so funny. Good thing we're an audio-only podcast.
Anyways. Yes, I know. Oh my gosh.
Good thing the listener will never see that.
I'm sure they'll hear it.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to forget, and then I'm just going to be listening back and just hear like...
Yeah. I can't remember what I was talking. No, I was gonna say like the music maybe intensifies whenever you are sad a little bit, you know. But
it doesn't like take you from a not sad level and like put you there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense to me.
That's a pretty good observation. Like some sad songs will only enhance my sad mood if I'm already sad, but like some songs I hear and I'm like, I can't listen to this or else it's gonna like knock me off like balance for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
not literal balance, but like
we know emotional balance. Nick. Emotional.
I'm fragile.
Oh baby, Nick. Oh Nick is Nick is in tune with his sensuality.
Sensuality. I think it would just be like emotional like health or like emotional tendencies.
Yeah.
Sensuality just has a connotation that I don't think
that you meant.
For. Yeah, maybe it's
sensual sadness.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I don't know that if I were in a happy mood, it would make me sad, but I also don't know that I would listen to the song if I was in a very, like, happy mood. Which is an exception, because normally I will listen to, like I listen to Jason Isbell shit, no matter the mood I'm in, and enjoy it. Yeah. But I wouldn't put, like, this song on. I don't know.
I don't know.
I got you.
I'll think about it. And we'll never bring it up again, because I will not remember.
Well, other than that, I don't really have any notes.
Yeah, I think that about sums up.
Me either. I think we went through every song. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, the last time...
Yeah.
I honestly don't know what the last time would have been.
Her voice is just...
I probably did it.
We did a lot of the songs for Glass Animals. Not for... I know we did all of them for How to Be a Human Being.
Right, because that was
I think we did all of them for Dreamland too.
Yeah, well that's just because I love it. Yeah, well then I guess we can go ahead and numerically rate it. Out of 10, we are a base 10 system.
Sure.
All right.
I guess I can go first since I picked it, and then Jordan, you'll go last because you're going to tell us what we're going to be listening to next week, and we'll see how it stacks up.
It's not. Oh, but I can already tell you it's not.
All right. So I'm gonna rate this one. I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
That's crazy.
I love this album. I'm
wild.
not kidding when I say she's my British queen. That's not the actual queen.
She might as well be. They need to
I love this
already.
album. Nick, what is your decision?
I'll give it. I really enjoy a lot of the songs, but the only ones I really love are probably One and Only, Someone Like You, and I really like Take It All too. I'll give it an 8. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice. And then for me, I'm gonna give it a 7.
Oh,
a 7.
This is gonna be a strong one.
I feel like I would only listen. Oh, I think you were saying that was too low.
Oh, no. That's very good.
Okay, I was about to say. I was like, I thought you.
The average rating is going to be what, like an 8.25 or something.
Oh, let me just calculate that real quick. Shut the hell up. I don't think it could be.
All right, so that is 8.17.
I was about to say, I didn't think you could have a...
It wouldn't be... that was an
Come
estimation.
on, Nick. You know a little bit more about Matt. Okay, buddy. Okay, so about it. I'm just kidding.
And that will put it at 5th. Wait, no. That makes it 4th. Sorry. Dreamland is 5th. It is Dark Side of the Moon is 3rd. And then Sound and Color and Man on the Moon and Good Kid Mad City is still number 1. But I figured that you guys would like it. I didn't expect for it to go that high, though. I'm pleasantly surprised because I love this album.
You picked it.
Well, not even that I picked it. I just feel like it got the recognition it deserved, you know? So then, Jordan, what will we be listening to next week?
Next week, we will be listening to a song album that I haven't listened to yet either.
Okay. Pulling old Igor.
I've listened to one song. That's how it was with Igor. I listened to one song, but I wasn't really into the artist that much. But I want to see if I can get into the artist a little bit more. We'll be listening to... It's a 25-minute album also, just so you guys know.
Not a short one.
You know, I like the short ones. One and Only. Do you know this, Nick? Who's it by?
The One and Only?
Yeah, it's called One and Only.
I don't know.
Chef G. It's by Chef G. We're going to listen to some Chef
G. Like
G.
Chef Boyardee?
Yes, but without the Boyard. Or the D.
Interesting.
No D.
I know you've mentioned you know who he is, Nick, but...
Never heard it.
Right?
I don't know.
Or of him before. Interesting.
Wait, what? I thought you've mentioned... You're like, oh, do you like Chef G? Maybe you've heard, like, Fantano mention it before?
I don't know. Let me...
I don't know. As far as I know, this is going to be a entirely fresh listen for me.
I swear you asked me one time if I knew if I listened to Chef.
Bro, he's probably just gaslighting you right now.
But how do you spell it? Just CHEF space G.
SHEFF space G. I swear you asked me Chef G and Sleepy Hollow.
Oh, Ichabod Crane.
Because he was like, no, because he was like in the drill scene, and you were like, yeah, Chef G, and you talked about. I swear that was you.
I don't know drill.
That wasn't you.
That's
I know, but I thought you knew around like the area. Anyways,
I would say
I don't know who.
If anyone, if it was a podcast recommendation like occurred here, if anyone, it would have been Jesse. I would say.
I know. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Interesting. Well, we'll see how it is then. How many songs is it?
12.
Damn.
Yeah, every song's about 2 minutes.
Yeah. It's an average of 2.1 divided by 12. Nice. So then I guess we can talk about what we've been listening to. I've been listening to Young Gravy, the rapper.
Pretty similar
vibe
vibe
to
to
Adele in general. Yeah, that's what I figured. Listening to Adele, I was like, I should really listen to.
She reminds
Mr.
me
Clean.
of Young Gravy.
She reminds me of Welcome to Chili's. Let me check that out.
She reminds me of Rotisserie.
Whip a Tesla.
BB No Money.
Hey Alexa. What else? And then I don't know what else I've been listening to other than that. Oh, inspired by the halftime show, I've been listening to The Weeknd some more. I listened to After Hours and the Beauty Behind the Madness or Darkness, Madness, I think.
Yeah, it's Madness.
Great album.
I still need to listen to his older stuff because I love After Hours.
See, I don't know. The rest of his older stuff, I'm kind of fine with. I really like Call Out Your Name, My Name.
Call Out My Name.
My Name. That song is great. That album is okay.
I've listened to most of that album, and I thought kind of the same thing.
I like the song Starboy. and off of Starboy, I like Sidewalks featuring Kendrick, and the Stargirl interlude with Lana Del Rey. I like those, and then other than that album is kind of the same thing for me. Where I'm like, but then like Beauty Behind the Madness, you got Acquainted, The Hills, Earned It, so many good ones on there. And that's about the most that I like his older stuff. And then like After Hours, that's an album that I'll sit and listen all the way through and really enjoy.
Yeah,
for sure.
I got you.
And then Blinding Lights comes on, and you just start going ape shit.
That's
Can't
like one of
believe
those
it didn't
formula
even
songs.
get a fucking nomination, dude.
Yeah,
not even a
and it's
nomination. Crazy. That song was everywhere. Radio.
He said,
yeah, it was.
Oh, you didn't
TikTok.
nominate me? Let me just put on the best Super Bowl halftime show in recent memory.
In the last at least decade. Yeah.
Well, Beyonce and Coldplay and Pharrell played.
Don't say that was good.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Don't say it was
Chipotle
good.
Bag, as a person, Adam Levine played one too.
The Travis Scott
That's
halftime
funny.
show.
God.
He said, "I get those goosebumps every time." Yeah, I know.
So that's what I've been listening to this week.
Go ahead.
I've been
Drew.
listening to some. Oh, I already was. Again, I still listen to "Wait on Me" by like Chef G and Sleepy Hollow. That's what got me into the album. I listened to Rolando by Dusty Locane, which kind of sounds like Pop Smoke. He's kind of a clone, honestly, but
Yeah, I listened to.
it's a good song. It's a good
I
song.
listened to one of his
What?
songs and I was like, he is just. It's a little more than inspiration to me.
Yeah, no, there's after someone gets popular for something, like I know you probably heard Fantana talk about like Thugger clones before.
Oh, yeah.
Like the high voice a little bit.
Yeah.
People start imitating it a little bit. I don't know, his voice is probably pretty deep, but even like the style's kind of trying to mimic it like to like a radical point, I feel like,
Yeah.
where it's like, oh, he's definitely trying to be at least imitate what I think Pop Smoke did.
Mhm.
But I think there's a new Pop Smoke song that came out with Frito. Wait, what's his name again?
Frodo
Oh my
Baggins,
gosh. No.
Samwise
Am I thinking
Gamgee.
someone else? Shut up. Oh, there's a little TK in here. I actually listened to Heat Waves a couple times.
Hell
I didn't
yeah.
think I was revisiting some of the thing. I haven't listened to Tangerine as much, but yeah, listening to Heat Waves, and then I've literally just been listening to Meet the Woo 2 so much this week.
Okay.
Also, again, it's such a good album, and it just had its 1 year anniversary. So sad, and 1 year anniversary of Pop's death is coming up too, which is kind of sad. But all right, you go, Nick.
Been listening to a little Phoebe Bridgers.
You aviator wearing bastard.
My Joe Biden sunglasses.
Yes.
YouTube recommended me some old video of her singing a song that's not on any of her studio releases, like just at like an open mic, and it was really good. And then I realized that somehow before it's in some like compilation album that Spotify just recommended me the song in like a daily mix one time. But the song's called Waiting Room. It's pretty good. Phoebe Bridgers would be another good female vocalist for us to.
I thought it was Bridges.
Female,
Is it Bridgers?
Bridgers, yeah. Listening to some. I got into some Jason Isbell today. Some of his older stuff that I'd never listened to before. I listened to most of Live from Alabama, which I know you love a lot, Jamie.
Excellent album. Excellent album.
Yeah.
For sure.
A lot of Black Keys.
Nice.
There's a girl named Molly Pardon who makes kind of, you could just call it like indie music, but it's kind of like indie alt rock stuff. And I would compare her to Phoebe Bridgers a little bit, but not quite as dark in some of her lyricism, but a similar vibe. And she just went live on Instagram last night and played some of her songs like on acoustic guitar, and I stopped doing homework for like half an hour just to watch her play music.
Mm-hmm.
That's really funny.
That's about it.
Sounds like
Molly
it's
Parton,
been a...
shout out.
Did you say Dolly Parton shout out?
Molly Parton.
No.
Yeah, sorry.
But
didn't quite come through the first time.
the rhyme is there.
I was gonna make a joke about Dolly Parton. Yeah, I was gonna make that joke, but I was like, I don't want to interrupt. And then Jamie made
and then Jamie accidentally made the joke.
Bro, you know that's what I'd be doing.
What? Not
missing things and then no, it's not listening, but missing things and then making bad jokes out of it. That's how I live my life. Okay, well then I guess we will wrap this one up. I want to say thanks for listening this week, and remember to tune in next week where we're going to be taking a look at One and Only by Chef G. Be sure to listen to it so you can kind of have your own thoughts about it and mentally join in the discussion with us next week. Feel free to either leave a comment about your thoughts on this week's album or the episode in general. Tell us we sound cute or something. I don't know, just thoughts. But you can leave that on YouTube, or you can also tweet them at us. We're on Twitter at @ListUpPodcast, and that account, as well as all of our personal handles, are going to be in the description of wherever you found this episode. If you enjoyed it, feel free, if you want, no pressure, to leave a rating or review of wherever you found this podcast, whatever that may look like. It's up to you. But for now, no pressure. But for now, we'll catch you next week, and remember to listen up.